podcast. Give it up for Nate Deming! What the fuck is up, Broadway Comedy Club? How is everybody doing tonight?
Great.
I live in Brooklyn. Anybody else live in Brooklyn? Round of applause. One person. God damn it. Tough crowd. Brooklyn's weird because I come from an actual ghetto. I come from a place where people make no money and get shot to death. And then I go into Brooklyn and it looks exactly like that, but it's not that. And it's very fucking confusing. Like, I moved to Bushwick the first night I was there. I went out onto the corner, these guys were standing there, and I tried to buy drugs from them, and they're like, dude, we're the Neighborhood Watch Association. Like, goddamn, I wonder why the NWA on your shirt was embroidered. Hipsters are such a weird culture because they don't have an ideology. They don't have an actual thing that they believe. It's just loosely, like, they don't even have a fucking style. Some of them dress like punk rockers, some of them dress like beatniks. It's all free and loose. Nobody gives a fuck. And it's like, and you try to talk to these guys and you try to connect to them. And it's like, okay, well, like, what's your life like? Well, I ride a Zeppelin because it's the new unicycle. And they complain about the prison population, but they'll call the cops on you for looking at them sideways. It's fucking ridiculous. Like, the most ridiculous thing is this, like, non-gender, binary, like, in Bushwick, we're 5 years away from being like, oh, that's a cute baby. What's its name? It doesn't have a name. This is untitled. We dress it in plain white jumpsuits. We shave its head. We've removed its genitals because gender is offensive. It eats a compound of tofu and water with no seasonings, and that's all of its nutrients. And it's an it. Make no mistake. This is an it. This isn't even a human being yet. It doesn't know how people connect with each other. And that's not child abuse. It's just such a weird fucking thing to be a part of. Like, the weirdest part about it is healthy young people. Can anybody agree with me that healthy young... You're 25. This is the only time in your life where it doesn't fucking matter what you do. Do whatever you want. Snort a bunch of cocaine, drink liquor until your liver hurts and you pass out, fuck somebody without a condom on. You will get a fucking antibiotic that cures that disease, and if you die from alcohol poisoning, I promise the hospital will bring you back to life. You're 25. It doesn't fucking matter. Do whatever you want. Live it up. Don't go to college. Fucking snort cocaine. Yeah! That's my philosophy. Go to college when you're 38. Cheers, folks. I just can't take it because, like, my main question every morning when I wake up is, what's a good breakfast liquor? Like, mimosas ain't cutting it anymore. I need a pick-me-up. I need something more to get me to the end. My New Year's resolution was to die by the end of this year. I set it in stone that my demise is gonna be that all of my organs cease operation due to overconsumption of Jameson Irish whiskey and uncut Colombian cocaine. While a 19-year-old Atlantic City stripper shakes her ass above my thighs with my last $11 in her teeth. Because that's a dream that anybody can accomplish. If you set your plateau right here, you never have to climb up there. That's just a fact of life, people. I know who I am and I know where I'm headed. I'm being honest about myself. But on the other hand, I think about how many drugs I do. And I think about the prospect of, like, living to 45. Like, I say that I want to die young on stage a lot, and people think that's a depressing thing. I'm not suicidal. I love my own life. I enjoy it very much, but I enjoy it with drugs. Yes, that is an irresponsible way to enjoy your life. Every time I think about how many drugs I do, I think about a guy like Mick Jagger, and it becomes clear to me. It becomes clear to me that I have like 15 years left before my skin just looks like somebody just took the hide and ripped it off of a bunch of antique footballs and sewed it back over the skeleton of a lanky old British man. They had a little bit too much, but they were just like, put it all on there. Let it hang. It's fine. But, like, this isn't sad. Like, what's the other option for a guy like me? I'm pessimistic. I'm arrogant. The only other thing I could be is a Catholic. And that's... Hey! That's not half as fun as being an alcoholic. Because no wife has ever complained at her husband, God damn it, Jim. You spend every penny you have on offering. Every waking moment you're at the fucking church. And when you are here, nobody could get through to you because your head's in a fucking Bible. Alcohol, on the other hand, is so goddamn enjoyable that millions of people around the globe are willing to ruin their own lives just to continue liking it. So drink up, folks.
Yeah.
And tip your bartenders. That's it from me.